If you want to watch this spooky Halloween garland come to life, keep watching. Hey friends, welcome back to Bubbly Balloon Co. My name is Rachel, and in this video, we are making an easy Halloween balloon arch. Now, both this look and my other Halloween videos coming out this year are all more or less based around this badass nail design I got done recently, so let's get witchy. So for this Halloween creation, I'm going to be using Qualatex Onyx Black. I have 9-inch, 11-inch, a 16-inch, a single 24, and then a random 36 from another brand that I want to use with this creation as well. And then I'm also using Qualatex Pearl Mandarin Orange. I have pretty much a full bag of 11 and just a very few number of 5 inches left. I also got 2 bags of Spiderwebs, probably way too much, but you know me, I wanted to go a little overboard. Then I got a few of these little creepy, hairy spiders from the dollar store. I'm not totally sure what all is going to work its way into this creation, but this is what I'm working with. Now that I've laid these out by color and also by size, I'm ready to get going. So these are my 16-inch, my 11-inch, some of my 9-inch black ones here. I also have these 11-inch orange ones as well, right next to my pump, ready to go. And then over here to the side are all of the extra balloons, including all of the small orange ones. I want to save those for the end, as well as a bunch of my small onyx black as well, so I can use those for detail at the end. I have my larges set aside for later on, and I am ready to go. So I'm working with 2 colors of balloons today, keeping it super simple. I've only got a couple of large balloons as accents. I'm mostly working with 11-inch, both black and orange balloons. I have definitely a handful of 16s and also some 9-inch. I'm gonna work into the actual body of the arch. And then I have a few 5-inch orange and some more 9-inch black that we'll use to detail at the end. If we have any holes we wanna cover up, any extra details we wanna make pop, that's what we're gonna use those for. So let's get to inflating. The first thing I'm gonna do is take 2 balloons, any 2 balloons, mix and match the colors, mix and match the sizes, really give it some dimension and variety, and I'm gonna inflate them in pairs at the same time using my dual nozzle pump. Now this is my favorite cheap pump that I've ever found. It costs only a few dollars more than like the cheapest model out there, but for me the performance has been so much better. That really basic one, I do have it as a backup pump. I used to use it all the time. I still use it sometimes, but it gets really hot really fast for me. This one I find can go for like longer intervals of inflating balloons with no problems, but any dual nozzle pump will do, okay? So just take any 2 balloons. I'm gonna take an 11-inch black, 11-inch orange. I'm gonna go ahead and inflate them at the same time, just like this. Okay, now I want these inflated to slightly different sizes. I don't want them all to look the exact same. I want there to be that diversity, that dimension in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press on these to make them a little rounder. Now keep in mind, Qualatex balloons are pretty much as high quality as you can get. A lot of them are, you know, extra firm, especially pearlized balloons like this bad boy right here. They're actually quite thick and firm, and they're a little bit tougher to work with, so it's harder to press them into round shape. It's harder on your fingers to tie them. So just think with that if you do go this route. Okay, now tying this into a pair here, just wrapping the necks one over the other and pulling on that tightly to get my first little pair. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and inflate another 2, any 2, doesn't even matter. All right, tie these 2 in the same way, just like that. Okay, now you guys know my favorite method, 2 together twist. We've got 2 pairs, put the centers together, and then twist 1 balloon from each pair a couple times till it's nice and secure. So 2 together, twist. There we go. That's our first little quad. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make a second quad, and I'll put those together to form a cluster. All right, now I've got my 2 quads. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put them together in the center, take 1 balloon from each quad, twist them together just a couple of times until it's secure, and that'll be my first cluster. So 2 together, and twist. There you go. Now you don't have to make your clusters in 8, you could do in 6 or in 12, in 10, whatever you like to do and whatever feels right to you. This is what I find easiest, and it's a good like building block to make the whole garland out of, and then I can always accent it at the end to give it a little more variety if I want to. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go crazy on making clusters. Before I do that, I just wanna say I always recommend you take off any jewelry, rings, stuff like that. I usually wear a silicone wedding band when I'm doing balloons so that I don't risk popping it, but I forgot to put it on today. So I'm doing it with my ring just to show you guys that it is possible, and hopefully I don't eat my words, but I usually don't even pop balloons even with the ring. So fingers crossed, but maybe take off your jewelry. Let's do this. So good news, I managed to inflate about 15 clusters and I didn't pop a single balloon. One single balloon already had a hole in it when I started to inflate it, but every other balloon was good, so knock on wood. Let's hope the good luck continues. Now we're gonna go ahead and put all of these clusters of balloons together to actually create the balloon arch or the balloon garland. There's a lot of methods this can be done. I have a video called The Fastest Balloon Garland Ever that covers one of my favorite methods. I also have a video on how to create a balloon garland without using a strip. So I'm basically gonna use that method today using 260s, which are these long, thin, stretchy balloons, okay? I'm gonna tie one end into this little cluster here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tie that pretty securely. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this end to start wrapping other clusters in, okay? So if I put this one pretty close together, then I take this 260 here and just wrap it around one balloon. We have our first section of garland. Look how easy that is, you guys. Look, I promised you easy Halloween balloons. That's what we're doing. Okay, I'm gonna grab another section here, put it close together, take my 260 and pull it through, wrap it around a balloon, and we're good to keep going. Now I'm already out of space on this 260, so no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and tie another one in, and we'll keep building. Now I want you guys to know that I'm basically choosing random clusters and just mixing and matching them together. If you wanted to kind of plan it out a little bit, you absolutely can in terms of what colors you pair together, what sizes you pair together. If you want to make larger clusters, smaller clusters, so you can kind of taper, things like that. There's so much freedom to be creative with this. I'm trying to show you what I think is like the easiest way, which is literally mix and match different sizes, different colors. As long as you inflate them all to like very different sizes within each cluster, it's gonna look so bomb. And just like that, this simple 10 or 12 foot Halloween balloon arch is already done. But you know I want to make it extra, so I have a few clusters reserved to the side, a few smaller clusters I can use for detailing, adding on at the end, really making it pop. And I still have my small balloons and my large balloons held off. So I'm going to go ahead and inflate all of those. We're going to hang this up and then we're going to detail it. Okay, now that the basic garland is up, I get to detail it. She's looking pretty cute so far, am I right? So to go ahead and add on these small detail balloons, I'm going to be using balloon glue dots, but you could also tie them in with 260s, fishing line, ribbon, whatever you use to make this. If you're really brave, you can even tie them in directly by the neck. I don't usually do that with the small balloons at the end. I'm just in the habit of adding them on with dots or 260s. But here we go with the glue dots. So I rip off 2 dots. I put them towards the base of the 5-inch balloon here on one side. Okay, peel off the backing. And then I'm gonna go stick that wherever I want it. Now, if you just wanted a basic Halloween balloon garland, this is the arch for you, my friend. But if you want to spook it up a little more, let's do the 2020 challenge, where I challenge myself to see how much cooler I can make this creation with less than $20 of supplies and less than 20 minutes. Here we go. Since my props today are spiderwebs and these little dollar store spiders, my nails are spiderwebs and other spooky things, I had to add a little extra spiderweb vibe. I'm ready. So I cut a chunk of spiderwebs off. I'm pretty sure it would take more than 20 minutes to stretch this thing out as thin as it will go. So I'm gonna, get it as thin as I can, as fast as I can. And then I'm planning on using balloon dots, little glue dots here to put on the balloons to secure one side of the spiderweb to and kind of stretch it around, secure it on the other side. We'll see if that works. I'm gonna cross my fingers. Okay, we are 5 minutes in and I only have one little section covered in cobwebs. I have got to hustle. So let me cut this off here and work a little faster and see how much I can get done. Okay, the clock is halfway run out. We are 10 minutes in. I think I'm making pretty good progress, but I hope to get a lot more done, so I've got to hustle. It took so long. I'm down to my last couple minutes. I've got to get these spiders on. So I've got the one big spider, two smaller spiders. I think that's going to be like the grandmama. And I think that big 36-inch balloon can be like her lair or maybe even her egg sac. I'll leave it to your imagination. Okay, after putting those up, I feel like I got inspired. The theme is now Grandmama unleashes her babies on the creation. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I hope I gave you some ideas on some easy Halloween balloons, as well as how to spook it up for fast and for cheap. Leave me any questions or comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hi, sweetie pie. Baby. Did you come to hang out with me, little love bug? You're such a good boy, Alice.